Hello everyone, I'm Channing Flatt and welcome to the Flat World Theory. Today we're going to be talking about the eco-friendly clothing company Patagonia. Patagonia is a multi-million-dollar clothing company, but it does much more than just sell clothes. Patagonia is a very charismatic company that has an almost cult following amongst wearers. Environmentally conscious people love Patagonia for its environmental responsible practices and political support of environmental causes, though some like it for a completely different reason. Many millennials and college-age people love Patagonia, but those who happen to be in fraternities seem to love it to a hilarious extent. They're obsessed with it. It's like the natural light of clothing companies. Patagonia makes frequent appearances on the humor website Total Frat Move, with such posts as owning several Patagonia fleeces despite porch drinking be the only outdoor activity you partake in. It makes other appearances, like in 2013 article where it describes Patagonia as, quote, incredibly pro-environment and not in the annoying hippie way. And it was even the 9th seed, and this is a completely real thing, Total Frat Move's Frat Bracket, a March Madness tournament where it competed alongside other frat things such as 5-inch inseam shorts, Ray-Bans, and not graduating on time. But despite all the love it receives, not many know it's named after an actual place. Patagonia is located here in South America, except, that's Colombia, a country that shares a name with another outdoor clothing company. Patagonia is located at the very tip of South America, except wrong again. Patagonia is not a country, it's a region. We just photoshopped Argentina and Chile into the actual geographic region. Patagonia has a rich history of being environmentally conscious. That is due to the efforts from its founder, Vaughn Chenard. Pictured here next to a man literally passed outside in a sack of beer, which, by the way, Vaughn, total frat move. And if you're wondering why we'd dig up a picture like that of Patagonia's founder for a quick joke, it's actually the first picture under Patagonia's Our History tab. Saying Vaughn is pro-environment, though, is an understatement. Vaughn is so true to his roots that he's literally taking his company's stance to the grave. In early 2012, Patagonia was the first company in California to register as a benefit corporation, and what that entails is basically prevents a company's mission from being thrown out if the company changes ownership. By registering, Vaughn institutionalized Patagonia's mission so that it may not be changed if the company is bought out, even in the event of his death. Which is a good thing, though, because Patagonia impact it has on environmental organizations is astounding, and it would be greatly felt that their impact would disappear in lieu of a larger profit margin. Year after year, Patagonia makes huge donations to organizations who often need it the most. And these aren't one-time instances either. Patagonia has been doing this for a while. In 1985, Patagonia pledged to give 1% of all its profits back to the environment. 1% may not seem like a lot, but when you see how much business Patagonia does, it starts to add up. For instance, in 2016, Patagonia grossed more than $700 million, resulting in $7 million being donated. But that's not even close to them being done. On Black Friday that same year, Patagonia pledged to give all their profits from that day to environmental groups that ended up resulting in over $10 million being donated. On top of donating to environmental groups, Patagonia stands for what they believe in, which often makes a real-life impact. One issue Patagonia puts special attention on is the building of dams and the environmental impact that they can have. Patagonia has a strong hand when protesting building dams for good reason. Dams can kill rivers, deplete native fish population, and have adverse effects on the ecosystem. And if you're thinking that sounds like a bad trade-off for hydroelectric power, most dams don't even do that. Most dams don't do anything. In a press release, Patagonia notes just how wasteful these dams can be. It goes on to say that of the 80,000 or more dams the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers keeps track of, only a little over 2,500 produce hydroelectric power. That's only 3% of dams that produce electricity. So in a nutshell, dams are like a Bowflex machine. In your head, you imagine them as something that create power and energy, but in reality, they're just useless, expensive monstrosities that sit around to be forgotten. Now, if that hasn't made you mad enough, the Army Corps engineers also note that 1/3 of all dams are labeled as a higher significant hazard. So, in a nutshell, Patagonia is a company that many people like to wear, but its true mission is something that's not everyone who wears it understands. Patagonia is much more than a clothing company. It has a real-life impact on environmental causes that you may not know about. They give 1% to the environment in all their sales, but that's not enough. It's up to those wearing the label to do their part also. It's up to us to give the 1% to the environment. That doesn't mean you have to do it in the annoying hippie way. Just give back to the environment whichever way you can. And that, my friends, is a theory that actually makes sense.